Good morning. My name is Nancy Clark. I lead the Dupont's advocacy for our biofuels business. Before I get into my remarks, I just want to say thank you. I think this hearing is incredibly important that we're all able to come together to provide the testimony. DuPont's interests in biofuels are diverse and include our pioneer corn seed business, enzymes supplied to our first-generation corn ethanol and second-generation cellulosic ethanol plants. We have our 30 million gallon cellulosic ethanol plant in Nevada, Iowa, and the DuPont BP joint venture called Butamax. I'm here today to highlight our ongoing concerns with how EPA is administering the RFS. Consistent with the feedback we have been providing via verbal and written comments to the agency since December 2013, DuPont believes this latest proposed rule is further undermining the biofuel industry's significant opportunity for growth and contribution to the U.S. renewable energy portfolio. As with the final 2014 to 2016 RFS rulemaking, EPA cites a misguided interpretation of the RFS General Waiver Authority that creates uncertainty in the renewable fuel market, deterring investments in new technologies. The general waiver provision is clear, and EPA's interpretation stands in contrast to the plain wording of the statute, the 2010 implementing regulations of the RFS-2, and the legislative history and intent of the 2007 Energy Bill. Since the RFS was first enacted, the U.S. has quickly risen to lead the world in biofuels technology and execution, providing incredible economic growth and jobs and revenue for rural communities across this country. But that leadership is now hanging in the balance, dependent upon the careful and considered administration of the statute by EPA. Investments in new technologies and additional cellulosic ethanol capacity are absolutely dependent on EPA fulfilling its obligations to administer the law. With this proposal, EPA is undermining total renewable fuel volumes that specifically affects domestic corn ethanol volumes. The domestic corn ethanol industry has the capacity to supply 15 billion gallons of fuel in 2017, and EPA should be setting the RVO accordingly. In addition, corn ethanol plant owners and operators of existing biofuels capacity are among the potential investors for advanced biofuels. Limiting growth for corn ethanol means limited growth for advanced biofuels. The RFS also provides a tremendous opportunity for the U.S. to make progress on its COP21 climate commitments. The U.S. transportation sector contributes approximately 28% of our country's greenhouse gas emissions. It is the largest emitting sector. As researched and documented by DOE, EPA, and others, all biofuels reduce greenhouse gases as compared to fossil-based gasoline, and the RFS should be leveraged to maximize emission reductions from the transport sector. DuPont's business model for cellulosic ethanol is to license the technology here in the U.S. and around the world. Last year, we announced an agreement to bring our cellulosic ethanol technology to China. While this is a great achievement for DuPont and a validator for our industry, it is troubling that investments in cellulosic ethanol are more likely in China, Europe, and other countries around the globe than they are here in the U.S.